Hey, welcome everybody. So finally, I'm back here. Got my webcam up and running, and just wanted to get out a short video because it's been a while, and I want to talk about some of the things that we have going on right now. And because as you know, we're getting closer and closer to the end of this semester, so I want to make sure you and I are on exactly the same page. Of course, we wrapped up the midterm exam last week. That went very well. By the way, there's a few people that missed the exam. You can still make that midterm up just like all the other assignments, as long as it's not older than 2 weeks old. I know it sounds like a broken record, and I get tired of saying it sometimes, but it's really important because there's really valid reasons. Sometimes you just miss an assignment, but don't give up and don't leave a zero in the grade book. Go back and make sure you make up any assignment that's eligible to do so. So we finished midterm. Last week we took on cinema, and this week we are looking, we're actually on cinema this particular week, and it's due this Sunday on November the 14th. And it's just one module this week, which is nice. I know it gets really hectic in those weeks where you have two modules due at the same time, but this week you just have one module, and it's the module on cinema. Then we move on the next week to dance, and there's just one module due next week as well. So you get this little lull, and I kind of set this up intentionally to kind of, if you get the chance to work forward a little bit, but also to take a pause after that midterm, because we were cramming in a lot of content at the end. And by the way, the same sort of thing is going to happen as we move towards the final exams. So if you look forward, which is probably a good idea, you'll see that module 8 and module 9, these are big chapters, are due in the same week. So during this little lull where you're only having to do one module at a time, I would recommend, if I were you, to try and look forward, see if maybe you can knock out some of that work that's down the road a little bit. It'll make your life so much easier than trying to wait till the last second to get this done, because it is a lot of content. And then after the module number 8 and 9 are due on the 28th, then we move on to module 10, which is due December 5th. And I'm probably the midterm exam right now in the syllabus, I have it at December 1, but I think I'm probably just going to go ahead and move that forward. Let me consider that as we look going forward in the class. That might be something that I do as well. So that's pretty much it where we're at. I think by now you all have an idea, right, of what the expectations are. And pretty much most of the time the bulk of the students are hitting them. And as I've said before, 95%. Consider trying to get into 95th percentile, because if you score 95% or above, that and you do that consistently, you're obviously going to earn an A for the semester. So if you look in that announcement section, there's a video on the forums, there's a video on the journals. Watch those, because I tell you specifically exactly what you got to do to reach into that high A category. And I always appreciate when students contact me. They might be at 98% or something like that. And they're missing a tenth or a quarter of a point. And there's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Well, nothing's wrong. You're hitting every standard that's expected to you. But perfect means literally without flaw, without error. And sometimes you just might have some tiny little minuscule errors that prevent you from getting that perfect score, but at the same time, your overall work was outstanding. So don't stress on the perfect. It's awesome to strive for it. We should always try to be the very best we can, but also, have that realization that, hey, if you get into that 95th percentile or above, you are doing outstanding, exceptional work. And that's where you want to live, in that 95% or above. On all these, whether it's a journal or whether it's a form. I mean, the quizzes are straightforward. They're just multiple choice, objective exams. And those don't require a whole lot of extra thought or thinking. It's more, did you read it? Did you understand it? And did you regurgitate that on the quiz? So that's where we're at, everyone. And appreciate your hard work. These express classes go insanely quick. And we go through these lulls and then crashes of a lot of content. And that's just kind of how it goes. So I appreciate you continuing to work through it. I think your mantra right now on November the 12th, with just a few weeks left, is finish the class strong. No matter where you're at, finish the class strong. And if you have any questions on where you're at or where we're going, by all means, do not hesitate to send me an email. I'd be happy to talk to you about it. So with that, have yourself a great day and a wonderful weekend, and we will talk again soon.